Hello there everyone, nubkeks here, welcome back to Nub Raids, and today we have the upcoming 10x champions revealed to us, actually through a fun puzzle on the Raid Shadow Legends official Facebook page. This was crazy. I actually saw YST posted a video on it. I clicked into it and I said, oh wow, okay. Let's take a look here and let's see what we can see. So, to help set your psychic abilities straight, we have a Halloween puzzle here giving hints about the champions in the upcoming 10x. So let's see if we solve it. Do you guys think that these are the champions? And let me give you my thoughts on whether they're good or not as well. Bound by fire, these heroes once again united to protect Hilaria. So, HP burn is going to be the definitive ability that each of these champions has. First of all, first of them carries a fiery battle axe. Beware those whom she might use it on. She also knows how to turn her frozen allies into flame. This one I think is actually very straightforward, very easy, and it surely is Tumisia, fiery battle axe. I think she has, whenever an ally has a freeze, chance to turn it into HP burn. So this 100% has to be Tumisia, who is a really, really good Void Legendary. Very, very strong, excellent AoE HP burn, does a ton of damage. Burn for 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown AoE. The burn actually places through the Poison Cloud for Hydra, so I think she's fantastic. That is a really exciting one if you're close to your Void Mercy. The second champion's mallet might make Trunda jealous. Just like her, he's an experienced warrior who spent a lot of time in the arena firing those enemies away with his guns. I actually didn't know who this one was. I was really stuck on this, but I did cheat and I checked some of the comments. Did you guys know who it was? It's actually, I'm pretty sure, going to be Herndig. He's got the big mallet. He has guns. He fires his guns as part of his A2. And then, of course, he does have HP burn on enemies whose turn meters are below 30% with his A3. The one that definitely what confused me about this one, but I still think it is right, is that, like an experienced arena guy. That was kind of weird. I don't really think of him as an arena champion, but he is very good there. So Herndig, I think, goes in. An amazing champion. He needs a lot of books. A lot of books, right? 4 plus then 5, that's 9, plus another 6. He needs 15 books, but this is an amazing champion. He can farm Nightmare Campaign. He hits extremely, extremely hard. He's going to be good for Hydra as well. AoE decrease defense and decrease accuracy. AoE weaken with some HP burns. Awesome champ. He has a reset on his A1 as well. Extra turn that reduces this A3. Amazing for Dark Fae. Yeah, really, really good champion. I guess he does have an arena aura, right? He does have an arena aura. Okay, that's what's going on there. Next up then. This champion is known as one of the Spider's biggest enemies and secret fashion inspiration for Prince Kaimar. Also, have you noticed that only one of his horns is on fire? This one was pretty obvious actually, and it's it's Tyrant Ixelmore, who of course looks almost identical to Prince Kaimar. And I had not noticed before that only one of his horns was on fire. I had assumed it was like a flame just hovering in between, but no, he has one horn is on fire. Definitely, what do you guys think in terms of redoing the skins for a lot of these champions? We got Tyrant, Ixelmore. I basically think that every champion that has a shared skin should really get a unique skin. Just baseline free update, please, right? I think that makes sense. Make them look good, right? Let's do it. You may recognize our next champion by his runic tattoos and green crystals on his deadly looking weapon. He might be short, but his shields are as big as they come and will keep your team alive for a long while. This was a very, very obvious one. The next one, though, is tricky for sure. And this is definitely Under Priest Brogni. Really no question with all the green crystals. I mean, look at the weapon, the shields. Yeah, he's got it all. Under Priest Brogni coming in this. This is, like, to me, feeling like a really, really good 10x event already, guys. This seems like one where they're kind of pulling out all the stops, really. These are very good champions. Tyrant is probably the weaker one right there, but he's still useful with ally protection and AoE burns. The fifth champion is yet another excellent fighter against the Spider. His unique passive can slightly remind you of ninja skills. Also, his cool piercings and fashionable metal goggles make up for the somewhat lack of beauty. This one actually had me fairly stumped. I had to go to the comments to actually solve this one, and it was tricky because it is a new champion, and that is over in the Ogren tribes. It is Scrank. It's got to be Scrank, right? He's ugly, Piercings, I'm not sure about, but I assume he's got piercings in his ear. He actually has lots of piercings in his ears. He's got goggles on right there. Cool. He does have piercings in his lip as well. 3 of them. That's got to make it awkward to eat. Oh my goodness. Terrible. Store some spaghetti there for later. But he comes in. He has the burn. AoE HP burn. Brogni, by the way, is burn on his A1. And Scrank with his passive increases his attack and crit damage every time a HP burn triggers on an enemy and it stacks up. So that is the ninja style passive. So that is definitely Scrank. Amazing. Scrank. Void Epic, and a very, very good Void Epic as well. Void HP burner. Very strong. Once you've seen our next champion's yellow eyes, you'll never forget them. Ever since he joined the game in patch 4.2, he's been slaying bosses like no one else. We have to admit, his reflective passive is something other champions can only dream about. This one is perhaps the thing that's going to excite people more than anything. And although it is a 10x event, if you're going to pull Sacreds, for example, and nearly every Sacred's giving you an epic, you've got a pretty decent chance to get these epics. I would not be shocked if some people might start changing their minds and just go for the fusion anyway at this point, even though there's a lot of downsides on the fusion. I did a video on that earlier today. But Summon Rush is usually the biggest barrier, and people are going to be pulling for Geomancer if you don't have him. He has the burn on the A3. His passive is reflecting damage. He has yellow eyes that stare into your soul. It's kind of hard to see that they're yellow. It's just sort of gray here. Let's assume that they're yellow, though. Does it show it in his... it just look gray, honestly. They just look gray in his profile picture. But Geomancer, he is the best epic in the game. He's better than most legendary champions in the game. Geomancer is insane. 10x Geomancer. Yeah. If you don't have a Geomancer, like, it's honestly, we don't know what the next fusion is, right? Obviously the next fusion or this fusion, well, we've got this fusion going on, but unless the next fusion is hella OP, I would probably take just Geomancer over a typical fusion, right? This year, I don't know. Like, there's definitely been good ones this year, but Geomancer kind of tops them, to be honest. It's kind of nuts. The next champion is an expert of ally attacks and cool tattoos. He's a great help for beginner players. He can help them survive any beatdown on the path of their progress in the game. I was also slightly stuck on this one until they said beatdown, and that makes it really obvious. Because I don't really think about this guy as a HP burner, but of course he is a HP burner, and that's Fark in the Fat. I also hadn't really thought of him as like a really new player champion, but I suppose he is. Obviously his move, Beatdown, sort of gives it away with the ally attack, but he does have the burn there on his A2. And Farkin, of course, is amazing. Absolutely amazing champion. Fark in the Fat with one of the best ally attacks in the game, like across everything. Increased crit rate, increased crit damage on everyone for 3 turns and everyone attacks. He has the HP burn and poisons on his A2. He's got a good chance to decrease defense on his A1. It's everything you need for the Demon Lord clan boss. He really helps those keys push up. So I guess that's what they mean, right? Helping you get your first like Ultra Nightmare key. That guy's amazing. And then finally, last but not least on our list is a champion whose face no one has yet seen. He's wearing a long dark robe and hides his eyes under the hood. He also shares some history with the 4th champion on our list. That's Underpriest Brogni. So this one, I think he was part of the Brogni fusion. But this is certainly Mordecai. It's got to be his face is covered with bandages. He's got the hood. He has the burn. Like I said, I do think he was part of the Brogni fusion, pretty sure. So this is Mordecai, who again is just absolutely fantastic because it's an AoE HP burn that is placed. It's not an attack, so he doesn't weak hit. It does go through Poison Cloud, of course, because it's not an attack. It doesn't weak hit. It just goes on. Extremely good. It also gives your team increased attack. He is amazing. I still use him, and I've used him for a long time in Spider just because, yeah, it's so useful. That utility is so good. Absolutely top tier champion. So there you go. They are the 8. We're fairly sure these are the 8. Let me know if I've got any wrong. I don't think so. Like I said, I checked the comments for a couple because I will be honest, stuck. Scrank really got me. Scrank really got me, and Herndick had me scratching my head. But what do we think of these champions? I say for the Void Shards, obviously Scrank and Tumisia. as always with void shards, you really only want to be pulling that if you're close to your mercy. Otherwise, 2x voids is usually the way to go. Or of course, saving up for a guaranteed void is a long-term gamble, but it's something you can definitely do. It's something I do. Yeah, they're both really good champions. I don't know if I'd be too forced to pull my voids. You know, if I got them, I'd be happy. If I got Timisia or Scrank, I'd be happy. But I probably wouldn't go out of my way to pull them, seeing as I feel like, you know, Mordecai, for instance, he brings you the AoE HP burn probably nearly as well as Scrank does, you know? Mordecai kind of has the void effect, seeing as it's not an actual attack. So Mordecai kind of does the job there. For the epics, I think that the epics from your Ancient and Sacred Shards are really, really good. Mordecai, Fark, and Geomancer. This is like a triple whammy of 3 of the absolute best and 3 that stay relevant into the later game. Geomancer, of course, stays relevant for all of the Doom Tower bosses and for Hydra, for Iron Twins. This alone is, I think, for most players, I think, enough reason to quite possibly think about it, discuss in the comments down below. It might be reasonable to just gamble all of your Sacreds and Ancients trying to get a Geomancer, which is crazy. I know it's crazy, but it might be worth it. He's that overpowered. And Mordecai is a great one. They're both, Mordecai and Fark, both great ones to pick up along the way. Then if you were to hit a legendary Herndig, Tyrant, and Underpriest, Underpriest is obviously completely nuts. He's super, super, super good. He's a solid arena champion, incredible for Doom Tower. And yeah, he kind of functions a bit like Duchess as well on a lot of teams. As long as you don't need the revive, he functions a lot like Duchess. Amazing champion. Tyrant, I feel like is okay. He's a bit old. He's not bad, not bad. And then Herndig is really good nuker, although magic affinity. But he's a great nuker if you've got lots and lots of legendary books. There you go, guys. What are you going to do? Are you going to be going for this 10x event? If you were skipping the fusion, is this 10x event good enough for you to come back in? What do we think about Geomancer being as part of this as well? That's really the big question. Help out like newer players to make that decision. Tell them no, save, or, you know, yeah, you could go for it, you know, especially help people out. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed, though. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.